What's going on? You never know when we'll get a chance to say them again.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love All American, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we'll be talking about All American Season 3, Episode 10. This is the recap. You guys let me know exactly how you felt about this episode. Overall, this episode was very, very emotional for Jordan. He went through a whole lot, as well as your boy Spencer. Spencer rose to the occasion in this game, and I believe his future in football is going to be a great one as long as he continues to put in that work. But this episode, of course, left us off with some cliffhangers. We're definitely going to talk about that in this video. I'm going to try my best to focus on all the key points in this episode. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. So let's begin, man. What did we see in the latest episode of All American? Now we finally get this, we got to see Simone's, baby's daddy, and that is Dane, or whatever this guy's name is, Dane. This guy right here is a deadbeat daddy right here. This is what you're looking at right here. He's a lame, and of course he's jealous because he doesn't like what Jordan is doing with Simone. He's pretty much taking care of Simone, and he doesn't like that. And he's jealous, so of course he's going to target him. And Simone already knows, like, look, you're up to no good. I don't want to speak to you. He's trying to act like everything's cool, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not. We already knew this dude was going to be a problem when we first saw him. Hell, when we first heard about him, we knew he would be a problem. Now, JJ tells Asher to go talk to Vanessa to try to get her to talk to him or whatever. But you already know that's not going to work out because Vanessa believes that JJ is immature. He plays around too much. He really wants to be with Asher, but Asher, he doesn't want to do that to his boy. He almost makes out with Vanessa, but he stops because he says, you know what? It's just not right. I'm telling you right now, he better go ahead and cuff that up because that's the girl that he really likes. We shall see how that storyline unfolds later on in the season. Now, Coop, at the very beginning of this episode, she kept the same energy that she's been having the whole season. And that is, Mo cannot be trusted at all. Of course, Mo is there. She's trying to give her information about patients in her contract with Layla's father. But Coop, she's like, nah, I don't trust this girl. I'm going to continue to watch her. But Mo, she's going to continue to have that same game plan to act like she's trying to help everybody out. But at the end of the day, she wants to catch Coop slipping. Now, JJ, he's pissed off about Asher and Vanessa because, Asher tells him, look, she don't want to be with you, man. And Asher wasn't trying to be a smart aleck or nothing like that. He was really trying to just be cool with it. But JJ, he overreacted, in my opinion. I mean, why do you believe you can get with Vanessa, especially since those two pretty much, they had a little thing over the summer. So you should have just left that alone, in my opinion. That's just me. Why try to even, take something serious with a girl that was kicking it with one of your boys over the summer? Makes no sense to me, but hey, that's JJ for you. Now we get to your boy Spencer. And of course, this is homecoming game. His father has the record with 7 touchdowns. He learns about that as well as, of course, his teammates have passed their test. They're able to play in the game. So now he's going to have a full solid team, and the pressures of these 9 coaches from different colleges is going to be there. So Spencer has to step up. Coach Baker tells him he needs him to be great, to go out there and dominate. And you already know, Spencer, usually when you get a lot of pressure, certain things happen with him. But this time around, he takes that pressure and he makes diamonds with it because he definitely needed to perform. And that's exactly what he did in this episode. And we got to see football. I know a lot of fans were talking about we didn't see a lot of football, but we saw some football. Now we get to Olivia, her storyline. Of course, she needs a new sponsor. She needs, of course, new treatment. And this girl right here, I believe her name was Nina. She was acting too friendly, entirely too friendly. Olivia needs someone that's going to be strict on her. Of course, Nurse Joy is there, and she's like, look, you got to hold yourself accountable because it seems like Olivia is continuing trying to blame everybody and others for her actions, and she's put on blast. And that's exactly what she needs to be happening, or needs to happen to her. Someone to hold her accountable and put her on blast. Someone that's not her friend and stuff like that ain't just going to be telling her stuff just to make her feel good. Olivia knows this. Deep on the side, she knows that this nurse is telling her the truth. Now we get to Coach Baker. He lets the team know, look, we can't afford to lose anymore, because if we lose, we go home. There's no more playoffs for us. And the mission, the goal to go to the state title will be done for if we lose. So we have to continue to win. Coach Baker motivated this team to go out there and do good. He also gave a speech during halftime. The team that started off kind of slow, but Coach Baker's speech about Corey James and about what he did for him as a person in the game of football at this school, it motivated everybody. But it definitely motivated Spencer to see his father's name on that field. That record that he had, retiring his jersey, number 5, 7 touchdowns, homecoming game. The pressure was on, and Spencer said, you know what? It's time to dominate. And he took that and he ran with it. The dude was unstoppable, and he could have easily made it to 8 touchdowns. But he said, you know what? I'm going to share this record with my father. This is what Spencer did. He decided to share the school's record, touchdown record, on homecoming day with his father, Corey, which was very sad. But at the end of the day, this is something that Spencer wanted to do, to have something that he can hold with his father one last time. Plus, those scouts was out there as well. So Spencer definitely rose to the occasion. I'm glad he had a good episode this time around. But everybody else didn't have a good episode. Of course, that Dane character, he targeted Jordan, and he pretty much knocked him down, hit his head off the ground. He got flagged up. The dude should have, got the brakes beat off of him, in my opinion. Now, I don't know about y'all, but once I would have saw that happen, if that was my teammate, I'm out there on that field. There's no way you're going to hit him like that. Jordan falls out. He looks like he's dead. And everybody just looking. Like, y'all looking. I'm going to be out there trying to see what's going on with my mans. There's no way that's going to happen if, Crenshaw was out there. I told y'all that in my quick thoughts. Spencer and all of them would have been out there trying to figure out what was going on, and they would have been checking Dane. There's no way he would have got away with that. But of course, Jordan has suffered another concussion, and the dude hasn't even healed all the way from his last concussion. So you already know that this time around, most likely is going to be very severe, right? Then we get to the hospital. Now, Laura, she's talking about all these questions she wants to ask the doctor and stuff like that. And you can just look at the, facial expression of Simone. Simone is looking at her like, man, you need to just shut up. We don't want to hear you talk. Simone is already pissed off anyway. She doesn't even they don't like each other. Put it like that. We know they don't like each other. The doctor does come, and before he's able to really explain what's going on, we know that Laura is asking him question after question after question. Simone goes off and says, you know what? You need to allow him to talk about, the progress of Jordan. You're not allowing him to talk. Laura gets up and says, look, I'm allowing you to be here. They get into an argument, and then Simone says, you know what? Well, I'm his wife, and that trumpets you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who you're talking to, but don't get it twisted. I have control, and that pisses off Laura. Now, I know some people was upset on how Simone did it. At the end of the day, I told you she turned it to Khadijah off Snowfall. She was not playing around. Yes, she could have did it in a better way. She was kind of angry, upset what was going on. As far as Laura, pressuring the doctor and asking all these questions, I believe Simone probably could have said, look, hey, just calm down a little bit. We're going to get to it. Billy was trying to calm her down when she was asking those questions, but Laura, she wanted to make sure she got those questions out. That's because she had concern for her son. So I understand, because that's her kid. She wants to make sure that he is good. But Simone, man, she went off. She went off and put Laura in her place. And of course, once the news got out, Spencer and Olivia are looking like, oh, okay, the secret is out. And that means Laura is probably going to ask us, did we know about this? And they already knew that question was coming. And that's exactly what happened. Laura's like, did y'all know about this secret? How come y'all ain't tell me about this? This is very big, the biggest decision of his life, and you don't tell me. She's very pissed off. And of course, she is still pissed off at Simone. I mean, to be 100% honest, Laura never really liked this Simone anyway, because she felt like Simone was using Jordan. And this is something that we did talk about. I mean, Simone wasn't the most liked character, because she kind of used Your boy Jordan, said that he was the father of her child, which was a lie. So of course, she's not going to have the best relationship with Simone. But Simone did tell her, look, we need to just, squash what we got. We need to just settle our differences and, have a conversation. And of course, they will have a conversation very, very soon about this topic of discussion. You already know Laura does not like that her son married Simone at all. Simone's character is, I would say the fans of this show has gave her way more respect now because we saw what she just did in Snowfall. So of course it's like, man, when we see her, at least when I see her, I'm like, okay, that's Khadijah right there. But at the end of the day, an All-American, man, Simone, she did make some mistakes, and as of right now, she needs to fix those mistakes, and she needs to have those conversations with Jordan and his family. Then we get to Layla. And Layla is upset with her father because she hears about the little drool situation. And of course, him clapping her cheeks. She doesn't like it at all. She thinks her father is taking advantage of his artist. Of course, he tries to defend himself. But then Layla says, look, I was probably better off with you on the road and me, being my own parent because you wasn't really doing anything, She calls him out, and this is going to be a very, very strange storyline. He does need to be called out on some of his actions that he does commit. And I'm glad that Layla did let him know the truth. Then we get back to Coop. And Coop, she has finally let her guard down. And some say Coop may have a plan. Well, we're going to see if she does have a plan. I hope she does. But once she finds out that Mo is standing up from this young lady that was, of course, taken out, this young black girl, it was end up getting killed, and Mo is the person that's pretty much getting everybody riled up and to support this cause. Coop guard is dropped, and she pretty much tells Mo, look, we cool, I ain't got no beef with you, I should have gave you a chance. Once that happens, we see the true Mo, the Mo that we've been talking about since the very beginning. She has a plot. She's going to do something to get back at Coop for her brother, and I'm eager to see exactly what that is. Hopefully, and I pray, hopefully Coop is able to figure out that Mo is trying to, take advantage of her. Now we get to Jordan, and Jordan, he gets the news that he didn't really have like a severe concussion or whatever. It wasn't no bleeding or nothing like that. Also, he lets his family know that he cheated on his test as far as taking those pills to hide those results. And this is very dangerous. This is something that you do not want to do. And of course, his family is very concerned, but they are happy that he is going to recover, at least as of right now. And then Olivia, she says, you know what? I need you to be my sponsor. She tells Nurse Joy, you can just be my sponsor. You're going to hold me accountable. I don't need none of my friends helping me out because they're not going to hold me accountable. You're going to make sure I'm doing what I need to do. I need somebody that's going to be assertive, and that person is you. At first, she was acting like she didn't want to do it, but then she said, you know what? I will see you tomorrow. So that's a good thing, man. I'm glad Olivia is on her journey to recover and that she has someone that's going to put her in her place and make sure that she is good. The episode ends with Jordan telling the family all the news that he got from the doctor. And of course, that is he will not be able to continue to play in his senior year for the football team, right? We know that Jordan wants to play because he wants to go to college. He wants to impress those scouts as well. I said in my final predictions that I believe that Jordan will suffer some severe news in this concussion. This is the second one back to back. He did recover from the first one. Jordan needs to just chill out. His future in football is in jeopardy. To be 100% honest, we have to wait till he fully heals to say if he can play or not. Now, he could sit out his senior year, the rest of his senior year, whatever, and then still have an opportunity to be around the sport of football. I mean, only time could tell. Hell, you saw what Asher did. Asher went through his thing and he came back and proved himself. Even though Jordan will be done with school, with the rep of his father and everything that his dad has done, being around the sport, the connections that he has and his father has, Jordan will always have that opportunity if it presents itself and if he stays healthy. That is something that we have to wait and see. Hopefully he can get healthy. But I always told you guys, I just don't believe Jordan is one of those players that's going to stay in the sport of football. This will hurt Jordan if he's not able to play football. It's going to hurt his father as well. But Jordan, he has to understand that his health is the most important thing. And he can still be around the sport of football. He can still get a job being, connected to this sport. But we're going to see how it all plays out. But you guys let me know, man, what do you think about this episode 10? We're definitely going to talk about some of these storylines, man. Mo, she is dirty. You're going to see her true plans very, very soon. I can't wait to see how it all is going to play out. But we're going to get ready for episode 11. And it seems like they're going to be focusing more on social injustices and, things like that. So we know those scouts are coming, and they're going to have some conversations with Spencer about his future and about what he is doing, because we already know Spencer should be putting a lot of focus on football, but he does let things off the field get to him, and that scout is going to have some issues with that. So what should Spencer really do? We're going to talk about that very, very soon. But thank you guys for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.